Now we are going to discuss about the sequential parallel loading, scheduling, and the task link properties, event wait, work wait. These activities are done in the production environment of the project. That is, when after the project is completed, about the mappings and the sessions, then the team will discuss about the loading processes, which mapping should be loaded, which mapping is dependent on which. Like in our case, first you should load the staging data, then you should load the dimension data, then you should load the fact data. So fact is dependent on dimension, dimensions are dependent on staging, loading. So when they create the final sessions and the workflow of a project, some sessions are loaded in sequence, some are loaded in parallel sessions in the workflow, and when to schedule this workflow, it depends on the load window of the project. At what time every day these sessions has to be executed, scheduling will be done. So, for example, let me take an example of a workflow. You want to execute I'm just giving an example that you want to load these sessions parallelly, one after the another. Then after you load the STG dealership, then you need to load dimension dealership, dimension payment, or if you have a dependency of this dimension to be loaded, only after the both of stage and promotions, both of them should be loaded. Then if you look at this, these stage and dealership and stage payment are executed parallelly. Then after this is executed, then the dimension dealership will be executed. So this loading, these two, 1 and 2 are called parallel loading, and the dimension dealership is loaded after STG dealership. This is called a sequential loading, and this dimension dealership loading is dependent on STG dealership. So this is decided in the production environment of the project, as a single workflow can have multiple sessions. Now when you execute this, it is our session. When it completes the session loading, control will pass to the next session. When you complete means even if the session is failed, in informatica terminology it is completed. But our requirement will be only after this load is successful, then you have to load this session. If you have that requirement, how to control it? That this second session has to be executed only after the first session is executed successfully. Then you set it up this called link properties, link task properties, and you say status is equal to succeeded. Status is equal to succeeded. If you say that, that means this session, control will pass to this session only after this session is successfully completed. That is the control you are putting in the workflow. If you have one session after another to be loaded, provided the previous session has to be completed successfully. Then you create the link properties. Double click, status is equal to succeeded. Status is equal to succeeded. So one after another, dependency mappings, dependency sessions. So one after another, if it is successful, then you set it up like this. It's called link properties, sequential and parallel loading. And how to schedule this. That is, this has to be executed every day, morning 2 o'clock, or how you want to execute. Then workflow edit, there's something called a scheduler. You go to the scheduler, so when you open the scheduler, there are three options: run on server initialization, run on demand, run continuously. Run on demand means we will execute it to the workflow. By default, it is run on demand. If you say run continuously, this workflow will execute continuously. Executes after the workflow is completed, again it will start again. That is run continuously. But in production environment, we will set it to run on server initialization. That is, when the Informatica server is initialized, then it will be executed as per the server of Informatica. So start, when it should start at what time? You say once, it will execute only once. Or run every 10 days, and you end on, let's say, after 1 month, or after one run or two runs, or forever. It goes on executing after every 10 days if you specify it, the start time. So 10 days, 5 hours, every 10 days, after 10 days and 5 hours you want to execute it. Then you schedule like this, or customize the repeat. That is, in a week, you want to execute on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or in a month, you want to execute on 1st of every month, or 10th of every month, or run on 1st Monday, 2nd Monday, or 3rd Thursday. How you want to execute this workflow? This is customized repeat. You specify it. Or in the projects, you are not using the scheduler of Informatica. There are different third-party tools which are called Autosys or Control M. These are different scheduling tools. It is not pertaining to Informatica. It can schedule Informatica, business objects reports, PLSQL stored procedures, Unix shell scripts, or Windows DOS commands. Anything which can be executable, it can schedule it. Any programs or any tool-based Informatica sessions or BO reports or anything, it can schedule it. In big companies, in big projects, they use third-party tools like Control M, Autosys, or there are a lot of tools in the market. They are used to schedule it. Or Informatica provides you with a scheduler to execute your workflow. Then generally what happens in projects, let's assume you have session 1, you have session 2, you have session 3, and you have session 4. Session 2 is dependent on session 1, and you can execute the S1 and S3 parallel. They are not dependent. But the business scenario is session S4 should be executed only after S1, S2 and S3 completed. They are completed, then only we have to start S4. S1, S2, 3 are completed, then we will start S4. If you link S3 to S4, it will start only after S3 is completed, but there is no guarantee that S2 has been completed or not. One option is put all in a sequence, that is S1, S2, S3, S4. One you can load one after another sequentially, then S4 will start only after S1, S2, S3 are completed. But the problem is S1 is taking 20 minutes to load, S2 is taking approximately 25 minutes to load, and S3 is taking approximately 35 minutes. So when you start S4, the time taken is about 45 plus 50, 70 minutes to start. But you have to reduce the time. In projects, you will have pressure on the load window. That is, S4 should be loaded only after S1, S2, 3 is completed. But the problem is it is taking 70 minutes to start S4. We should load S2 after S1 is completed. That is accepted. That is, S2 is dependent on S1. But S3 is not dependent on S2. You can start S3 parallel, but we don't know when these both will get completed, because S4 has to be started only after 3 are completed. This is a scenario like this. Now we know that 400 meters relay running race, there is a runner 1. This is a relay running race. There is runner 2 and there is runner 3. There is a runner 4. Please observe the scenario. After S1 is completed, S2, when S1 completes it, then only runner 2 will start. When runner 2 completes, only runner 3 will start, or runner 4 will start only after runner 3 completed. To visualize the scenario, till runner 3 has completed, runner 4 is waiting. Even they are ready to run, but they have to wait till runner 3 is completed. And runner 3, when they complete the run, how does runner 4 knows that he or she completed? There will be a flag or a baton or a stick which they will pass on from one runner to another runner. That is indicator that runner 3 saying that I have completed my run, now you start the run. Runner 4 is waiting till runner 3 completes it. Indicated, the complete of runner 3 is indicated by a stick or a flag. Now by giving the flag or a stick, runner 3 is raising the flag. When runner 3 completes, is raising the flag or stick to the runner 4. As long as runner 4 will wait till runner 3 completes it. So there are three things happening. One is the indicator which will tell is it completed or not, like a flag or a stick. Another is runner 4 is waiting till runner 3 completes, and runner 3, when it completes, he or she will raise the indicator or a flag saying that I have completed. So here also in informatica, let's say this is your start button. So this is your session 1, session 2, session 3 and session. Now when S2 is completed, after it completes, it will raise a flag. A flag will be, how to do it in informatica I will tell you in few minutes, will be raised. So informatica provides you with what we call it as event raise. Means as soon as S2 is completed, it will raise a flag that is assigned to a activity called event raise. So when the control is passed to event raise, it will raise a flag by S2. Means as soon as S2 completes her session, it goes to a activity called event raise, then this will raise a flag. When it raises the flag, means that S2 has completed, and this flag raised will go into the repository of informatica. It will be stored in the repository of informatica. There is another activity called event wait. We will assign the flags. How we will assign? We will see in informatica. So there are two things called event raise and event wait. You assign the flag to event raise and you assign the flag to event wait, the same flag. So what it will do, when the session S2 is completed, control passes to event raise, it will raise a flag. Stored the repository. Now when S3 is completed, the control passes through event wait. Then it will go and check is the flag raised or not in the repository. It will go and check is the flag raised or not. If the flag is raised, that indicates that this has raised the flag. This, when it will raise, then the control passes from S2 event raise. When the control will pass, when S2 is complete. So it will go and see the flag raised or not. The flag is raised, then control passes. Yes. Take an example. On a particular day, this has taken 25 minutes to run. Let's say this has taken 10 minutes to run. Still this is running. So at the 35 minutes, it will control pass to event raise. Flag is raised in the repository. On that day, S3 has taken 45 minutes. So after 45 minutes, it goes to the event raise, checks the flag is raised. Yes, flag is raised. So the control passes to yes. Or another scenario we take, on a particular day, this has taken 15 minutes. Then the control pass to S2, it is still running. On that day, this has taken only 20 minutes to execute. So after 20 minutes, control passes to event wait. It will go and check is the flag raised or not. No, so it comes back. Checks, comes back. Checks, comes back. Is the flag raised or not? Then on that particular day, this has taken 35 minutes to execute. So after 40 minutes, 50 minutes, the control will pass through event raise, then it will raise the flag, second time run. Same flag it will raise in the repository. This event wait is checking and seeing after 50 minutes, that is after the control pass here, goes on, checks it. Now it sees the flag, then the control will pass to S4. This way we will ensure that S4 is executed only after S1, S2 and S3 are completed successfully. This is all is done in the production environment of the projects. Now I will show you how it can be done in Informatica. I will take a workflow. Just an example. We call it as event raise and event wait. Don't go by the sessions. Just I am putting 4 sessions here. Now I link them. Now where are these event raise and event wait? Here is this. The tower like thing, this is called event raise. You click on it and you keep it here. And dish antenna like thing called event raise. You click on this and you here, then you link event raise to this, event wait to this. Now flag. Where is the flag? First we have to define the flag. So workflow edit, events, add. Whatever name you want to give, flag, the name events, flag. Now you assign properties, event wait, events, they're defined, flag. So now you assign it. So at runtime, when this is executed, after the execution of the second session is completed, it will go to the event raise. Then it will raise the flag. The flag will be stored in the repository. The indicator. Then after the session is completed, it will go to the event wait. Then event wait goes and checks in the repository. Has it executed or not? It will check. That is, the flag is there or not. It will check. And if it is there, then the control passes to. If it does not find the flag there, till the time it finds the flag, the control will not pass through this fourth session. Only when it gets that flag, then it will allow this fourth session to execute. So this is how the management of multiple sessions loading, dependency, parallel loading, in I'll do it once again for you. And trace dish antenna like thing into it. The task. How to define the event workflow edit. Events already exist. Tag I add one new. I give a name tag new. So we find it. Now we assign to event trace properties. Then define flag new. Then event weight events. Then define flag new. How event trace event weight and flag assign works. Now the last topic is workplace. Worklets are nothing but workflows. Whatever you can do in the workflow, you can do it in worklet, except cannot worklet. Worklet should be part of a workflow. Worklet can contain number of sessions, sequential or parallel, events or event trace. You can set it up, but you cannot execute a worklet. Worklet should be part of a. Well, let me go to worklet designer, create a worklet. I call this as worklet 1. You can have any number of sessions in this. Say one worklet. Create one worklet. Again you create another worklet. Don't go by the sessions, I'm just showing you how it works. Then you link this parallel one after another. You can create events and all that stuff, but you cannot execute a worklet. Then how to use this worklet in the workflow? Let me create a workflow for this. Then you link them. So at runtime, when you execute this, when you start this workflow, first this worklet will get executed. Means under this worklet 1, what are they? Those are going to get executed. Then after the execution is completed, then the next worklet will start. It is used in the production environment, like in a scenario where you have 40 to 50 sessions to be set. In single workflow, you keep all the 40 to 50 sessions. Maintenance will be a cumbersome effort on the team, and also in the support, be too challenging. So what they do in the projects is, depending on the different staging mappings and dimension mappings, depending on dependency mappings and all this after the study, they group into multiple worklets. They group into multiple worklets and create it in the work. That type of scenario, worklets. So this is a brief about the thing of properties, sequential, parallel, and worklets. So all activities done in the section in this and done with this chapter. Okay.